Hello internet friends, my name is Catherine and I'm the human behind creation Miss Gujar. And in today's episode, we have a finished object Friday. So finally, I have a second episode for you. Sorry for my fingers. I poke myself on the finger. Don't ask me how, it's just a stupid accident. I'm very prone to those. So, sorry about the little tangent. So it's the second episode in the series of Finished Object Friday. So I already mentioned that I'm a slower knitter than some others. I try to pace myself so I don't hurt myself due to tunnel carpal thing that could happen. So in the first finished object I have for you is something a little different that I don't usually do. And this is the Flirt skirt pattern. This is the Lite version, so it's made with DK instead of being made with worsted weight. So Claire Jackson, she's a fellow Canadian, and she's a knitwear pattern designer, and she also have the worsted weight version if you would prefer using worsted weight. I did the DK version because in 2022, I believe, I purchased an advent calendar from Paisley Knit, so Colleen Nelson, and in the box it was a DK fade that I really love, and you can see how nice the fade went for the skirt. So for full disclosure, I haven't blocked it yet, so it's a little greasy here. The modification that I've made for the skirt is for the bind off, you're supposed to cut your yarn and sew in the hem. However, I did not do that. I don't like to sew hems and stuff like that, so I just decide that I was going to do, it's kind of a 3-needle bind off that I did instead of it. So I kind of picked up my stitches because I wanted to avoid doing it. Is it the best thing that I could have done? Probably not. Should I have done the sewn in bind off? Yeah, I should have done that, but I would prefer, I prefer to suffer apparently. So it's a super cute skirt. I haven't blocked it quite yet, but I'm very happy with how the fade turned out for the skirt. And it comes with a waistband size of 22 inches till 60 inches. Waistband, so it's a size inclusive pattern, and I just want to say that when I'm sharing patterns on Finished Object or on Whip It Wednesday, I try to only have size inclusive pattern. Of course, you are more than welcome to let me know if a pattern I've shared in the past or that I'm sharing with you currently is not as size inclusive as I thought it was, so you're more than welcome to share that information with me. The more I know, the more I learn. It's perfect. So the second pattern I will be sharing is another pattern by Claire Jackson. So this is the Pillars of Simplicitee. So it is made to be boxy, and I had a lot of the yarn left over from the skirt from the advent calendar by Paisley Knit. So I used the yarn. So if I were to do it again, I think I would have swapped my color choice, but I wanted to have the dark at the top and not the light part at the bottom, because if I had done the other way around, it could almost be like I would have an actual set. So it would flow nicely, but no, instead I've just decided to the other way around. But honestly, in all honesty, I don't think I would have worn it as a set. I don't usually do those things, so I can say whatever I want. I probably wouldn't have been wearing it the way a set is supposed to go. So for this, you can choose the sizes from a 28-inch full bust circumference to a 66 inch. So it is another pattern that is size inclusive, and it's one of those patterns that I really like to go back to, because it is, like the pattern name says, there's a simplicity to it, but with the fade, it creates a different effect. And I really like a 2x2 rib. I just really like that. I prefer the look of it. And I've done this pattern. It's my third pattern. It's the third time that I make this pattern. So I don't usually go back to previous pattern that I've knitted. So this is a tribute to my love for this pattern, because I never, I can't say that I never redo patterns, because obviously I've done this one more than once, since it's my third one. But like even socks, I don't do the second socks most of the time. So I don't like to redo a pattern. I don't like repeats. It gets boring. So it's just a true testament to how much I like this pattern. And I think it's super fun and I love it. So up next, I have a few to show you. We have the Coloring Book Tee Mini by Aimee Sher. So this is the kids version of Aimee Sher Coloring Book Tee. And this is the cutest thing ever. So I made the 4-year-old size for my daughter. She's the one who picked the colors. So this is why it is very pink. So I knitted with my yarn. So this color here is Princess Peach that I had in a Mario collection in the summer of 2024. And the solid color pink is my Cheshire Cat color that I had for the Alice collection in the spring of 2024. I believe it was in March. Both colors are currently available as a dye to order on the website if you're interested in it. So for this specific, sorry about that. So for this specific pattern, Aimee made it from newborn sizes to a 14-year-old size. So you will have technically 2 patterns in one, because the newborn to 2-year-old, I believe, is separate in its own thing. But when you purchase the pattern, you get the newborn to 2-year, and then you have the 3-year to the 14-year-old in a different document, just so it's not as heavy as like it would be quite heavy with all the numbers. So this is why this is separated. And it was the first time, it was actually a test pattern that I did for Aimee Sher. So this is not sponsored or anything, but I did test the pattern for free, and it was a very fun experience for me to test for her, and I'm very happy I did it. I never had done actual, like I have a few of her patterns in my queue that I haven't had a chance to do. So I was like, okay, so it will be a first experience for me with her. I really like the style of her pattern. When you test patterns, the pattern has already been tech edited, which is fantastic. And then after that, you receive the pattern and you can test it. So there's very few hiccups that happens when you're testing pattern for her, which is fantastic. And she also offers yarn support for people that needs it. And after that, we received the pattern for free, and I even got a $15 gift card for her shop, so I can purchase another pattern if I want. And I received the pattern for free, the final version on Ravelry as well. So that's pretty cool. So it was a very interesting experience, and I'm very happy with that. And one thing I've been working on lately that is a little different. Yarn! So I've been on a spinning spree, and I've been on a spinning kick lately, and I've been practicing a lot, and I've made so much fun colors and combination. It's fantastic. Like for this little friend here, I used leftovers from bobbins that couldn't, like, this one exploded because there's too much of it. I've spent, so this is a 2-ply. So far I spent 1 kilometer worth of yarn because there's 566 meters of yarn in this 2-ply. It's crazy. So this is why it exploded. I wasn't able to properly skein it. And look at this. I'm so excited. I love it. I really like it. I don't know what I'm going to do with those. But I just, look at this. It's so funky. I love that. I don't know how much yarn I have in this one, because when I scanned them, I didn't have yet my meter counter thing. So I don't know how much I have in those two, but if this one has 560 meters, I probably have close to that in those, maybe 400 meters. So I have more than enough to do shawls and stuff. So I will be looking into patterns for those, friends. And look at this. Ah, it's so cute. I just love it. So I have some fibers in stock if you're interested in trying out the spinning. I personally have an e-spinner from Ashford that I really enjoy and I really like. Hi, Zoe. But I know there's drop spindle that you can use. There's like actual spinning wheels that you have to use your feet to do. So there's all that as well available. So there's always that. So thank you so much for watching the video. If you've liked it, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you're already subscribed, well, thank you, bestie friend from the internet. I appreciate you, and I will see you in my next video very soon. Bye.